Isn't there a plethora of good-looking, like when I was coming up? Again, I sound like an old man yells at cloud. There was like 2 pretty comics, but Janine Garofalo is beautiful and Sarah's beautiful.
Sarah's gorgeous, yeah.
But those weren't in. They were already ahead of me. I'm talking about in the open mic circuit. There was like 2 like cute chicks, and the rest, all of us were freaks. We were all freaks.
But I don't buy that.
But no, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
Not freaks. I'm not a freak, but it was like everyone had a MO. You know what I mean? The ghetto black guy, the fat Mexican, whatever.
Yeah.
And I dated a couple female comedians, and then I said I will never ever date a female comedian again after like 1994. And then I dated a singer, and I said I'm never gonna date a woman who touches a microphone.
Yeah, smart.
So then around 2016, I started seeing a plethora, I guess, through the internet, Instagramming and influencing of very attractive women doing comedy, which was never part
Very
of
new,
it.
yeah.
That's new. You know that, right?
100%. Yeah.
Isn't that? I think it started around then.
Yeah.
And that's just bizarre to me and was wild. I mean, but there's no gatekeeping, so everyone should be able to do it. But you understand that's new.
I do understand that it's new for women.
And it was never young. Like there's all these there's a lot of you guys that are like together. It was like the only person like that was young was like Harlan, and he's still 8 years older than me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like me, Harlan, but like Gary Owen.
Yeah.
Darren Carter. But we weren't. You know what I mean? Like there's like a young, cool sect of dudes doing comedy that we just didn't have. We were all wild dudes, but we were different ages.
I've always pushed back on the aren't comics supposed to be ugly?
No, I'm not saying
but
that.
But they would use it to gatekeep. Like, you're too good looking to be here. I'm like, you're all not bad looking. There's some mutants and monsters in our business, but
I'm talking about women.
Yeah, I know. It's a new development for women.
That's
in
what I
general,
mean. I'm not talking about
to be in these
dudes.
circles, yeah.
You could be a handsome dude and do it, but like you said, if you're handsome in comedy, it's extra. If you're extra handsome in comedy. But I'm saying how it can work. But with women, there's like absolutely gorgeous women doing it. And I say this, no diss to them, it's going to be a distraction.
Sure.
And that's why I always love Whitney and Liza and stuff, because even though they're beautiful, they played it down. They never played to that.
Right.
And so I think it's fascinating, and I was just wondering your take on that.
I think that, there's tons of good-looking women, and they're blazing a trail, like as far as...
Look at you, an ally!
Well, no, I will say, I just like good comedy. I don't care if you're a chick or trans or gay or black or whatever. If you're a good comic, that's all I care about. Okay. Like, I love that. I love that. And I think that it is a challenge for a beautiful woman to figure out how to be funny up there. Yeah. Because as a guy, I can just look at my heroes and go like, all right, I'm a little bit of Daniel Tosh mixed with Patrice, mixed with Norm, mixed with The Simpsons, mixed with... I have all these things that I've always seen. Whereas like a lot of these, like Janine Garofalo was kind of like doing like this grumpy, sarcastic, Daria meets kind of like Bill Hicks. Mm-hmm. So, but like...
So pretty.
No woman has really cracked the code on how to be like a pretty woman who just talks about chick things, right? Like,
you don't think so?
What chick things?
But what are you saying?
I'm saying I've never seen a female comic who's really gorgeous, who's really like been able to keep her femininity while she's doing the jokes. It's always kind of like this, I'm keeping it real kind of lady, which is fine. It works. It's great. I think it's very funny. But like, nobody's really cracked the code on being like, I like being a girl, and there's nothing wrong with being a woman, and they have to go to the guy bank of like, so I'm fucking this, and my pussy stinks, and like all this kind of like weird, edgy stuff, which works, and I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just saying I've never seen, if you could find a hot chick who talks about women stuff, like the Taylor Swift, if you will, of stand-up comedy, sky's the limit. They'll be the richest comic that's ever lived.
Shout out to women. Side note, you agree? We don't talk like that. When women you're saying are talking like dudes, like the pussy was, we don't talk like that. Guys don't say, "Oh, my dick was stinking." Like, I find that wild too. Yeah. Like, we don't talk like that.
But they think that's what.
But
this
we don't.
Is. I know.
I'll use like code words and make it funny, or you know what I mean. But they just go right for it as a crass thing, and we don't do that.
And
I want you to know that.
One thing too is like in the comments, like you'll watch like a hilarious clip by Nikki Glazer, who I love. I think she's one of the best comics that's done it. Really, like since Kathleen Madigan. Like I think she's awesome. Mm-hmm. And you read the comments. You'd think this bit is inarguably funny. And the comments are like, oh, of course she had to go blue. She had to be dirty. And I'm like, Why is that the comment? Because they don't know how to process that a beautiful woman is being funny. Like they're going, well, she's going blue. Like they have to find a way to tear it down, and that's very annoying. And I don't know. I just think that that's a fascinating thing you'll see. So someone's got to find a way to crack the code. Is all.
I think there's out there. I think there's some.
Really? I don't know.